Aquarius or Aquarius cross watcher, this is going to be for you guys. Feel free to reverse it if you need to. This could even be cross watcher. It might even be someone who's connected to you and they're going through this with another. It might not even be like directly your message, but this could also be something that is currently happening, is foreshadowing. Maybe it's going to happen, or it already did. It might have already happened with a person. But basically, you guys can tell that another person is motivated when it comes to you. It's like pulling out all the stops. If they haven't done this, they will. Someone here will pull out all the stops. You know, when a peacock or any animal, really I see it a lot with birds, but when they are trying to get a mate, they'll like flail their feathers and shake really crazily or whatever. You know, they have like a mating call. This person's a mating call, and they have several different styles of it. You know, that's why I say like pulling out all the tricks, but it's not tricks though. It's like, it's who they are. It's just, well, if this doesn't get them, this will get them, or if this doesn't get them, this will get them. I mean, you gotta admit this person's dedicated. I don't think there's anything wrong with them wanting you. They either want you, they want you again, or they want to keep you. Something like that. Either way, they're definitely motivated. Let's say you go on a date with somebody for the first time and they start telling you all the things about them. It's almost like show-offy. This does not mean they're a show-off. It doesn't mean they're a bad person. I'm just saying we all do that. You know, if you go for a job interview, what do? We tell them like the things about us that are good. If we're going to audition for something, I mean anything, we let them know what we're working with here, our credentials. So that's kind of what I'm getting here, is somebody, unless it's you and it's reverse, someone's just been trying to get someone to kind of realize, hey, I want you, and I've got what it takes, and I think we'd be good together. I also think you've got what it takes, and things like that. So it's nice. I like the energy. Ultimately, I feel like both of you are really wanting to be realistic about things though, which I like. And it's not the first time I've been seeing that. I saw it for Pisces, I believe, and I saw it for Taurus heavily, and I saw it for Aries, the newer messages coming up. So I feel that you guys are wanting to be more realistic. They probably want to be realistic about things as well, but they're more so like, I think they more so know that they want it, as in something with you, or they want to keep something with you, or they want to put something back together with you, however it goes. Whereas you're kind of more like, I'm going to use my intuition to navigate the situation with this person, or maybe some sort of spiritual gift you may even use. Instinct, intuition, divination, maybe even. I'm going to use things like that to navigate myself with this person, because a person can say anything, but that doesn't mean that they're entirely genuine. You know what I mean? You're just trying to make sure that someone's genuine, or still genuine, or anything like that, right? There's nothing wrong with that. That's just having your own back. It doesn't also mean that you don't trust anyone. You're just being careful, you know? You could have a place that tries to sell you something, and they're saying, oh, like a car, oh, it's never been wrecked, there's nothing wrong with it, blah, 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 blah. And then you find out that like there was a murder in the car before, and it was once submerged in water off of a bridge, and it was caught on fire one time, but they changed most of it, and they caught the fire before it got to, you know what I mean? They caught the fire before it got too bad. So we've had too many instances in our lives where we haven't asked enough questions, and we haven't really, you know, maybe even made another person work for it. As, you know, it's like if you want something, we work for it. Why do we do it for our jobs? We do it for anything else. We work hard for it, but why do we feel like we don't have to work hard for the person that gets in our body, or that we get in their body? Like, why do we slack off there? So it's like we're lazy lovers and shit. Well, you're not gonna have a lazy lover. You don't want a lazy lover. You want someone who does the work with you, alongside you. You're not asking for anything unfair. For someone to do something you're not willing to do, you would do it too. You just want them to do the work that you're doing, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, things like that. You want them to be as open as you're being. And there's nothing wrong with you using your God-given gifts and talents and your intuition and your instinct to navigate a situation with a person. Some of you, this may not be romantic either. Maybe it's, you know, with a friend or a neighbor. Can I trust this person? Or a babysitter or a family member or something like that. It's just, can I really trust this person? Can I be relaxed in knowing that what they're telling me and showing me is real? Because people can see, that's another thing too. So I feel this person is willing to do the work because I feel like they're pulling out all the stops. Or if this is something that happened in the past, this is someone who tried several different ways to get you or get you back or keep you. If this is something to come, that's what they'll be doing. I think they're more than willing to put in the work, but even then you got to be careful. How many times have you had people that have put in the work, like all different types of ways in certain areas, and then only to find out that they were still deceptive? You know what I mean? You can never be too careful in this world. It's just the sad truth of it. You really can't. It's not being negative. It's just saying, look, even the person who fights for you the hardest can be a snake in the grass. You still have to be careful. So that's what I'm saying here. You're not going to just make it easy on somebody. You know, if they want you or they want you forever, then they're going to have to really work with you here and continue to show you, or show you period, or show you again, that they're entirely sincere. If you guys are already with someone, I don't really feel that strongly, but if you are, let's say you're already with somebody, you didn't just jump into marrying this person, or maybe you did, but you didn't jump into, there's something that you didn't jump into with this person. It happened over time. And if any of you did, you might have eventually got to a place where you're like, ooh, I don't know if that was a good idea that I did this stuff quickly. There's nothing wrong with that. I've been there. You know how many times I've been there where it just feels so right, and it's like, oh, this is the ideal person for me. This is exactly what I'm looking for, exactly what I want, you know, and then later on you're like, damn, I could have waited a little bit longer before we took it to this level. Nothing wrong with it, whatever. It's like the first little tinge of, oh shit, did I fuck up, you know? Somebody could be going through that. Now again, if this isn't resonating with you guys, it could be someone who is connected to you somehow, they've thought that, or they're currently thinking that about another person that they may have done something impulsively with, or currently, and they've gotten to a place, or will. Somebody here is going to get to a place, or is currently, where it's like, damn, I probably shouldn't have expedited the process of this, getting to know each other and being together and things like that. Like, we could have held off on some of the things that we did, but it's, you know, too late now. But now I'm kind of like, damn. So I also get that. But for the most part, this is kind of like someone who is like, I see you. I see what you're doing. I see you trying. I see you there. I'm not saying you're not genuine. I'm not saying that you don't mean what you're saying. But I also want to navigate this with my intuition and my instinct. My instinct tells me to just observe and continue to take things one step at a time, one foot in front of the other. Caution. Exercise caution. Be cautious. You know what I mean? A lot of times we learn to be like this, which I don't think there's anything wrong with that, due to experience in our life. I'm trying to think of examples now, but like the day I talked about this before, I've always been able to take azo pills, the azo cranberry pills. You can get them from the store if you have like kidney pain or anything, or like a bladder infection, a UTI. I've taken the cranberry azos, but there's another brand of the azo cranberry pills, like it has a dye in it, and well, come to find out, I'm allergic to the dye. I've talked about this already, but just to say it again really quickly, my daughter had those, the ones with the dye, because those work best for her. I didn't even know there was a difference, really. And one night, I mean, it was late too, which is the worst when you try something new at night, you don't know if you have an allergy to it or not, and then you have to go to the hospital like crack of dawn, early in the morning, everybody's sleeping. That's what happened to me. I had a really bad allergic reaction to the dye. I was allergic, and now I read the labels before I take shit. See what I'm saying? So it's kind of like that. You can go over there and do your little peacock dance all day. You can this and that, and there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I admire it. I admire you working really hard for it. It's like the movie 7A or Apartment 7A. She was auditioning for this part. She really wanted to be nothing but like an actress, like on Broadway. She really wanted to do Broadway, and a dancer. But she had an injury to her foot. So anyway, she was auditioning for this part, and she was like, I'm willing to do almost anything to get this part. And they were basically humiliating her, making her just perform and do all this to like prove how serious she was about getting the part, to the point where he asked her to get on the floor and oink like a pig. And she was like, look, I'm not gonna do that. I'll do just about anything, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna degrade myself. You know, now that's what I'm saying. She ended up getting it anyway because she didn't do that. But it was actually to her demise, because it ended up being something. You don't want to get trapped, basically. You don't want to get trapped. You don't want to get stuck. You don't want to get reeled back into something, or reeled into it, period. Because you've been there, fucking done that, you know? Vice versa, however this goes. Somebody's very careful here. Nothing wrong with it. And they also know that trickery can come in many forms. Not saying it's there, but this is someone who's seen a lot of different forms of when you want something, you'll do anything for it. You'll pull out all the stops. So somebody here doesn't take something at just face value. And again, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's like, no, I have to make sure there's more than me that would get hurt, and I want to be careful. So many people are getting this right now. It's like we're kind of, I like that. It's, and if honestly we could do that for one another and have each other's backs, that would be nice also. I mean, not being negative for one another, but just kind of like, hey, let's, because, you know, you can have people that they'll really do some things to show you they're genuine, or they're loyal, or they care for you, they love you, or they want you back, want you, period, or they want to keep you. And meanwhile, it'd still be something that's not good for us, you know, or there's still more that we're not seeing. You can have the most charming person ever, and eventually, so not rushing into anything, giving it time, and not having like stars in our eyes only is good here. You're just being careful. That's all it is. I think somebody's, romantically here speaking anyway, I think someone's like super hot for you, but also they know they could really have anyone else as well, vice versa. So, but for some reason they like really want you, and I'm not saying that in the sense of like some reason, I don't see why. No, I definitely see why. And maybe it's because you're not making it easy on them. I don't know. But you're also not playing hard to get either. This isn't somebody playing hard to get. You are not doing that. You're just kind of like, look, I've done things before, and I like to be extra careful now before I just go all in. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I've done this more often than not. In fact, no, I can't even talk about that because it's like a legal thing, but literally I have done it in every way, not just romance, like in every single way you can think of. I've been like, well, I've seen everything I need to see, and this looks very good. You know, I mean, you could literally look at a website and be like, oh, this looks completely legitimate, but it's like not legitimate at all, and you completely get swindled. Has that ever happened? You know, where you get like fucked over? So you can never really be too careful. That's the real truth of this life. You can never be too careful. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, you can have someone who's got everything to offer all day, but may not have the best of intentions. You know, I mean, what do you think happens in Hollywood all the time? It's like, yeah, we can give you everything you've ever desired. You know, there's a movie. This is a very good movie, guys. Oh my God, what is it called? You guys have to watch this. In fact, I don't watch a lot of movies again unless I really like them. I'll watch them over and over again, but I usually don't. I'll listen to songs over and over again. Oh my God, what is it called? It's got Jennifer Love Hewitt in it. Jennifer Love Hewitt. Maybe someone's name is Jennifer here, Jen. Jennifer Love Hewitt movies. She's got so many movies, I can't even. Shortcut to Happiness. It was made in 2007. Maybe number 9 is significant here. Please watch that movie. I don't know if I can find it for free, but if I do find it for free, I'll put it in the comments. Shortcut to Happiness. The title alone tells you what it's about. He basically makes a deal with the devil. Shortcut to happiness. There is no shortcut to happiness. So things like that. I don't want to even ruin it. You guys, please watch that movie. Oh man, that's what I'm talking about here. Eventually, once you have a few run-ins with that type of energy, you step back and you're like, you're careful next time, whether it's with the same person and then they try something else, a new tactic, and they're like, I'm different now. And you're like, okay. I'm not saying you're not, but I'm just going to be cautious now. It's just, no. Or it's different people every time. It doesn't matter because it can shapeshift. It's just like, I want to be careful. We don't get too excited, I know someone right now, a family member, who is very excited. Nothing wrong with it. In fact, I'm kind of excited for this family member because they met someone, and it's cute. It's cute, actually. It's not my thing, but it's cute. It's even I'm smiling thinking about it because this person, I can tell, it just really livened them up, and it lit up their life. I don't know, it's doing something for this person. But I'm also like, I let them know today. I was like, if it doesn't work, don't worry, okay? Like, don't lose yourself because it may not work. And I didn't say it wouldn't work. What it was they said, I hope this works. I hope I don't fuck it up. That's exactly what they said to me. And I'm like, even if you do, because this isn't the type of person who would fuck it up by like cheating or anything. What do you mean fuck it up? Fuck it up by being yourself? Like, if in the way that you mean fuck it up, because I know that you're loyal, is maybe you think you do something that turns them off and they don't like it, well then go with somebody else and that's not your person. So you see what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm very excited actually for this person, and I think it's gonna work. But I just don't want them to get hurt, I don't want them to get their hopes up. So I actually said, I'm in support of it, whatever makes you happy. But if it doesn't work, it doesn't work then, but if it does, it does. Just roll with the punches. Go with what you feel and enjoy it, really, at the end of the day. I'm just there either way, whether it goes or it doesn't. I feel like it will, but I say all that to say that, they can have everything, because I think why it's so important to this person is because of the type of person that this is, that they're talking to. This is a person very different than anyone they've ever had before, and I mean way different in a good way. I really like this person they're talking to. I'm like, wow, what a reliable, responsible, well-rounded person so far, right? But what I see, and even what I feel in my intuition, yeah. But who am I? I'm not fucking God. Like, this could be the best person ever, but I think that they have a lot to offer. The individual they're talking to, I think they have a lot to offer. But then again, I also don't get so hung up on that, you know what I mean? I don't really care about someone's job title. I don't care. I mean, you can have the richest person on earth and they can be a piece of shit. And they could be trafficking children across the country. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I don't give a fuck how much money you have. I don't care what your job title is. I don't give a fuck what type of house you own. You could be a really bad person and have everything to offer. You know what I mean? Or you could have everything to offer and look like you have nothing to offer, but still be a better person than the person who shows everything they have to offer. You know what I mean? I have chills. So I say all that to say, it's just about taking our time, being cautious, and I don't get hung up on the fucking things. You know how many things I wanted for myself and I ended up getting them and I regret every bit of it? Like my boobs. Like, there's so many things, people, situations, and all of it was just a money pit, throwing my money away, hurting my body, a health concern. Like, there's so many things I wanted, and then once I get it, I'm like, what the fuck? So I don't even, like, I'm careful what I ask for now and what I think that I want, because it's like, okay, it's got to be some sort of lesson for me. I don't know if that's true for everybody, but that's how it happens for me. It's like, I really think I want something. I mean, to the point where I'm like, oh no, I have to have it. And I'm careful about that now, because I'm more just kind of surrender to it. Like, if it's meant for me, it'll be for me, because I've seen it so many times. I've personally lived it, and it's ended up being something that taught me the hardest lessons. Like, seriously. And then you almost have to, like, sit with it for a while just to make sure you learn the lesson, because you can't just go up and reverse it, can you? And sometimes you can't reverse it at all. It's like completely irreversible. And then you're like, wow, I just fucked myself completely because this is something I thought was so for me, and it's like actually sent to destroy me, you know? I mean, that's just part of learning our lessons. So I commend you. If I could bow right now, I would bow to you. Unless it's reversed, I would bow to them. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I do think the person someone's interested in or loves, or whoever, current, past, present, whatever new, I think both people are have a lot to offer. I think this could actually be great, but I also don't know you on a personal level. I don't know this situation on a personal level. I don't know this person on a personal level. And there's nothing wrong with saying, what's the rush? Why don't we take our time and just kind of see where things go, and not get lost in the almost like fantasy of it, you know what I mean? Or like the feels so right, it's so this and that. It's like some serious shit, you know what I mean? It's serious. I mean, you may even have, like, imagine you have a child, right? And your child comes to you and says, I'm so in love with my boyfriend or my girlfriend or whoever, and I want to go have a baby with them. You would, as a parent, say, well, you just met them last week. So whatever would make you happy, but I just need to tell you, as your mom or your dad, I just need to tell you, you have the right to choose what you want to do. Only you really are going to know what you want to do. You're an adult now. But you do need to know every decision that we make will have positive and negative consequences. And this is a decision that you will have to stick with for the rest of your life. It is not just something to take lightly. This is going to change the rest of your life. Or it has the potential to change the rest of your life. Even if you don't have a baby with somebody, getting with somebody could change the rest of your life, because you don't know who they're involved with. You don't know what's gone on with this person, you know what I mean? Like, we just want to be careful. And that's coming from a fucking Aries. So if anybody says that we're impulsive, yeah, they're not lying. We are. And that's why I am this way now. So I think I don't know a lot of shit, actually, and I realized over the years how much I don't really know. But I think I know that. I think I'm good on that, as far as knowing that it's just wiser to take your time. I mean, some might say, well, but what if we die? You know, life is short. Then we fucking die. Okay, then it doesn't happen. It wasn't meant to. That's my view on it. Then it wasn't fucking meant to. Cool then. You know, either way, I'm not rushing shit no more. Unless I have to. I mean, there's times in life you have to rush, you know? Like if an ambulance is coming, you gotta rush and get the fuck over. You know, like really get over. What if that was your loved one that had an emergency? You know what I mean? That type of shit I'll rush for. Or if I got a shit real bad, I'll rush to the bathroom. Oh my God. Listen, TMI. Y'all probably don't want to know this shit. Literally. But, oh, there's an ice cream I love. It's called Blue Moon ice cream. This is the best ice cream ever. Oh my God. But it goes in blue, like blue, like stains your tongue blue, like a Smurf. It comes out like neon fucking green. So if you shit green after you eat Blue Moon ice cream, listen, it's fine. I mean, don't take my word for it. I'm not a doctor, but my shit comes out like I'm talking, go, you can go now. It's a green light. I feel like the light just turned. You can just step on the gas now. That's how green it was. Just like straight up yelling at me to go. People honking at me behind me and just kind of like, laying on their horn because it looked like just a fucking green light in the toilet. I'm like, that can't be healthy. That can't be good. That's just, yeah. So why am I talking about that? Some of you, I don't know. I don't know why I said that. Maybe that was relevant for something with ice cream or marbles or marble. Anyway, guys, I'm getting a little nervous here. I'm like, why am I talking about my sphincter? Ew. Thank you for being here with me, and I will talk to you later. Bye.